I'm gonna be completely honest. When I first tried looting the new Assessor in Arc Raiders, I found it really difficult and got, let's say, a little bit frustrated with the whole ordeal. Fucking idiot. That's what you get. Fucking hitting him with a hammer, you bitch. Oh my god, I'm stuck in the thing! I'm gonna die for this for sure. God is a myth. Fuck off! Yeah, I was having a bad day. But anyway, I've learned a ton after playing a lot of the Flashpoint update, and today we're going over how to easily loot the Assessor in Arc Raiders, which is the only way, by the way, to get the blueprint for the Dolabra shotgun, which, trust me, you very much want. It is great. Let's start with a big mistake I see a lot of people making, using a free kit. This is not like looting the Queen or the Matriarch. You can't just sit back on your butt and let everyone else in the lobby do all the work just for you to swoop in once the Queen or the Matriarch is dead and grab all the good stuff for yourself. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty and play risky, but that is okay. And believe me, I know it might feel intimidating launching into the new activity with a really juiced out kit. You might be worried you're gonna get killed and lose all of it. I get that, but you gotta kit up because the better stuff you bring and the more prepared you are, the better your chance at success. Trust me. Mistake number 2, not softening up your matchmaking first. As we all know, Arc Raiders uses aggression-influenced matchmaking, so if you're a really aggro player and you spend a lot of time shooting and killing your fellow raider, I would recommend loading into 5 to 10 matches real quick with a completely empty loadout and then surrendering immediately to go back to Speranza. We have no idea if this actually works in kind of taming your matchmaking, but according to a lot of anecdotal evidence across social media, it is apparently a thing. So yeah, load into 5 to 10 matches completely naked and just surrender right away. The goal here is that we're trying to tell the game, hey man, those past few games I wasn't violent at all, so please put me into a less violent game where I'm less likely to get shot by a dirty camping rat. Again, players swear that this does work, and hey, it only takes 5 minutes of your time, so why not just do it? Alright, after you've done that, why don't we put together your actual loadout? The most important things to bring are the Tactical MK2 Augment. If you don't have the blueprint to craft one, you can buy one from Lance at the clinic. You want this because if and when your shield does break, you auto-deploy a smoke grenade. That will make it harder for Arc to target you. Any form of smoke while looting the Assessor is your best friend, believe me. Either a medium shield and a light shield, or 2 medium shields. Yeah, 2 shields, because Rocketeers and Vaporizers hit really hard. You should plan to loot a few Assessors in one match, and in the event that your shield breaks and can no longer be repaired, you will need a backup. I also do this when I fight the Queen and the Matriarch, and trust me, it is a lifesaver. Bring 2 shields just in case. Multiple smoke grenades. I'm talking at least 3 minimum, but probably 6 or 7. You can buy these from Apollo at Speranza, but if you eventually run out, you can craft more. They're only chemicals and canisters, not really that expensive. To repeat what I said earlier, smoke is your friend. Breaching the Assessor takes a really long time, and you are really going to need the cover of a smoke grenade. Bring many. Plenty of healing, that should go without saying. Lure grenades, maybe 1 or 2. They're actually not as mandatory as you think, but it doesn't really hurt to bring them, so why not? 1 weapon for clearing low-level arc, I recommend an anvil. 1 weapon for potentially dealing with any raider that might give you a hard time, I recommend a Venator. Adrenaline shots, just because you're going to be doing a lot of running, it never really hurts to have them. A raider hatch key, not mandatory, but good in a pinch if you ever need to make an immediate getaway. And finally, something that will help you a ton, a photoelectric cloak. If you do not have one, that is kind of unfortunate, but I do have a tip for getting one, which we'll cover later. These are super valuable for looting the Assessor. When the Arc are swarming all around you like angry hornets, the cloak will allow you to slink off into the night without being detected. All right, now we're gonna go over the in-game strategy on how to approach the Assessor, but stick around until the end of the video because I'll have additional tips to go over as well. Okay, wait until the Assessors start dropping from the sky. Shouldn't be too long before the first one appears. Approach it and wait for the rotating platform to appear, or just go to whichever side has the first rotating platform. If Arc are already in the area, then preemptively throw a smoke grenade down to give you a bit of cover and begin breaching. About halfway through breaching, you will hear that a ton of Arc are being called down all around you. Depending on how long it's been since your first smoke grenade got thrown, you can either keep breaching if you feel you have time, or you can stop breaching and throw down another grenade, and then resume breaching. I know it's going to be really scary hearing the arc swarming all around you, but just keep going. When you've breached it open, check the loot, grab what you want very fast, and when you're done, immediately take out your photoelectric cloak, activate it, and walk away. All right, rewind. If you're in a situation where there's no arc around before you begin to breach, nice. If that is the case, begin breaching, but the second you begin to hear this exact noise, aka the arc reinforcements are dropping in all around you, you need to immediately stop breaching and throw a smoke grenade down at your feet and then resume breaching. Grab what you can very quickly, and the moment you are done, whip out that photoelectric cloak, turn it on, and walk away towards cover. Rinse and repeat. That is why I recommend bringing a lot of smoke grenades, by the way. They help a bunch, and ideally you're using one for each breachable container on the Assessor. All right, more tips for success. Tip number 1, plan an escape route. Before you approach the Assessor, look around for nearby cover. You want to make sure that once you finish looting and start walking away with your cloak, you need to know what direction to walk in. So before you approach the Assessor, find any kind of cover, a bush, a structure, whatever, and make sure you begin heading in that direction with your cloak when you are done looting. Tip number 2, only use your cloak when you are in danger. The photoelectric cloak is so good at keeping you alive that you really should only use it if you absolutely need to. I know it's tempting to use as you're approaching the Assessor, especially if Arc are nearby, but you shouldn't. Try to get there without using it at all, so that way when you're using it to back away from the Assessor, you have a full cloak charge and it won't run out of juice at the worst possible time. Tip number 3, be patient. I know it can be frustrating when you're late to the Assessor or seeing other raiders reaching it before you. Don't panic, be patient. If you don't manage to loot an Assessor because it's already being looted, don't worry, there will be more. As a matter of fact, being patient in this game type is a huge advantage because as the match goes on, other players will die, guaranteed. And every time an enemy raider dies because they were careless, that just means less competition when you're looting the next Assessor. And on that note, tip number 4, when a raider dies, make note of where they died. Remember when I told you if you don't have a photoelectric cloak, I have a fairly solid method of getting you one? Well, here it is. Because the cloak is so good in this game type, a lot of players bring them. And if they get careless and murdered, and believe me, they will, you can simply swoop in and grab their stuff. No joke, I have literally gotten the majority of my photoelectric cloaks by doing this. If you're just patient and loot the dead, you can get pretty damn kitted. Tip number 5, do not fight or shoot large arc. In this game type, I usually only ever shoot small arc to get them out of the way, but if I'm trying to really blueprint farm, I leave the large arc 100% alone. Don't get me wrong, you could bring a hull cracker and start trying to kill him if you want to, but I find Assessor looting to be way easier when all the big arc just lose interest in patrolling the area and leave. Let the other raiders fight the big arc and pull their aggro away. It'll just make looting easier for you. If you follow those instructions, I guarantee it'll only be a matter of time before you eventually find a Dolabra Blueprint. You just gotta keep on looting and keep on living until you find one. Drop a like on today's video to help me with the algorithm, and thank you very much for watching. Peace.